how does it taste? Let me see, because I'm gonna try it now.
You have a taste, and then you tell me what you think, and then I'll tell you what I think.
It's definitely 90 proof, but it's smooth.
It is smooth.
I like that.
It is smooth. I'm gonna tell you something. I was very impressed.
Yeah.
With the flavor, it's I was gonna say it has somewhat of a smoky flavor, but it could have been the cigar. So.
Oh, how did it taste with the cigar?
It tasted awesome with the cigar.
See, that's one. See, Houston, that's one thing. And
it tasted awesome with the cigar.
We've got a lot of brothers that I want to get on here when they're pairing their cigars with their drinks. Because that's the whole thing about that. I used to, what I used to do? I used to love to pair my wines with my cigars. Not many.
Okay.
I found a magazine, Wine Spectator did an article on that one time where they gave you a list of wines that worked well with like
certain cigars.
Okay. Yeah, and it was great. So I'm trying to do that. But yeah, okay. So what is it again? It's 1792 small batch, 1792.
Yeah,
definitely worth it.
And like I said, it does have a nice little punch to it.
Yeah,
but
it's got a punch.
But it is extremely smooth.
Mm-hmm.
I will definitely purchase this.
Yeah,
I would definitely buy this.
Yeah, I would equate this to not the kind of punch, but the kind of smoothness to my favorite, Monkey Shoulder and the Lafroy.
I don't consider Monkey Shoulder very smooth. It's not bad though.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good taste, but I consider this in a different class.
Oh yeah.
This is definitely in a different class.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's definitely. That's something that I can definitely. I could do that. I don't know if I can do that all night, but I could definitely do that.
Well, you know something. At our age, and let's keep it real, none of us should be doing anything all night.
You know what? That's that's true. Anything, we shouldn't be doing anything.
You shouldn't be doing except water.
Yeah,
except water. You shouldn't even be drinking too much Kool-Aid after a certain time.
So,
and you know what? Not for nothing, you shouldn't be drinking too much water after a certain time because, listen, for the audience,
you know what I mean?
I'm 58 years old.
Everybody, I just turned 55.
Happy belated birthday to my brother.
Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah. So, how many times I got up to the bathroom last night? 5 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking
times.
about there. Those late night trips to the bathroom, it really wrecks a good night's sleep sometimes. Sometimes you got to regulate yourself. And we'll touch on that much later when we talk about health.
Oh, yeah.
Because, health, especially for men our age, is a very serious issue. It's something that should not be neglected, even when you're young, but more especially when you get old. And the importance of having good health coverage. Hey, get out your phone.
Well, I'm on my phone because I'm gonna be talking about the topics.
Oh,
so you give your monologue so then I can
Okay, we're gonna edit this part out. Are we gonna edit this part?
We're not gonna edit this part out.
Okay, we're not gonna edit this part out.
This is our and knowing is half the battle.
Okay. So now I'm gonna go further into critiquing this bourbon. First off, I'm a big bourbon and Scotch fan.
Yeah, definitely.
Always have been. I'm a fan of the brown liquor and cognac too. Cognac as well. I like cognac. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite cognacs is the Remy 1738.
Okay, so and the VSOP is a cognac too.
I believe the VSOP. Which one? Which VSOP? Just about every liquor has a VSOP.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. So see, all right. So the Remy. No, I'm not a big fan.
Maybe you're thinking about the regular Remy or the regular VS or the VSOP, but the 1738 is something different. And as a matter of fact, you know what? We'll do that one next.
Okay, all right.
My brother, he lives in Virginia. Shout out to my brother Sean. Who thinks me and Brian look more like brothers than me and him. Anyway, make a long story short, he turned me on to the 1738, I'm going to say about maybe 5 years ago, and I've been hooked. I love it. Definitely like that better than the Hennessy, well, at least the regular Hennessy. The Hennessy VSOP or the Hennessy Privilege, I think, is very comparable to the 1738. I'm not sure which one I like, and maybe we'll do an episode of that comparing.
Yeah, we should definitely do like a comparison one.
Yeah,
we could definitely do that.
Yeah. Also, my brother Brian has a friend that owns a liquor store, so maybe, who knows? What's his name? Give him a shout out.
Oh, big shout out to Babylon Wines and Liquors, North Babylon Wines and Liquors, Jefferson Sanchez. Jefferson, we'll be coming to you. I promise. We have not gotten there in a long time. He's
actually maybe we could shoot something at his location.
Definitely, I definitely want to do
and
that.
And that's where we'll do the comparisons.
Yeah. Oh, he would love that.
Yeah,
he would totally love
that. And include him in it. You know, does he drink? I mean, no. A lot of liquor store owners.
I know, right? You
don't
never get high on your own supply.
Yeah, I remember when years ago. No, I can't get into that. I can't get into that topic. When you said don't get high on your own supply, I know how that can mess things up. I used to sell a lot of weed, and I sold a little bit of weed, but all the profits, profits were being smoked up because back then I smoked weed. Fortunately and unfortunately, I can't smoke weed now because I guess I can go into my bio, straight into my bio.
Right now, yeah. So this is the first question, right? This is the first question that our listeners want to know. Who are we? Who are you?
All right. My name is Steve Demps.
I like long walks in the park.
No, I'm not going to go here. The kind of woman I like. Float on. For the old heads, y'all know what I'm talking about.
My name is Brian Townsend, and I'm an alcoholic.
Oh, no. Hey, you saved that for the room. and those who know about that know what I mean by the rooms. Okay. But no, seriously, my name is Steve Demps. My nickname is Ace. It's been Ace for a long time. Back when I was a kid, I thought I was trying to be an MC, so I was little Ace back then. And then as I got older and bigger, I was no longer little, so I was just Ace, and that's that. I'm a motorcycle enthusiast.
He's got a cool motorcycle downstairs, which is awesome.
Yeah, my bike, I love it. As a matter of fact, that's my girl. My woman is my woman, but that's my girl. That's my main girl right there. She never lets me down. Never lets me down.
Never judges.
She never judges.
Never in the air.
Doesn't matter if I go too fast.
Go too slow. I don't go on at all.
No, she minds if I don't get on her at all.
This is true. Yeah, she probably does.
Yeah, she's itching for me to take a ride.
I told you
the weather's about to break, but you know what I'm waiting for here in New York City? I'm waiting for them to fix those damn potholes.
Potholes in my lawn.
These potholes will not only damage my bike, but it could possibly damage me. And I've been in a major accident before. I have a plate and 12 screws in my leg right now as we speak. I set off metal detectors, and my leg has never been the same ever since. It destroyed my football and baseball career. Not that I really had one, because at that time I was 42 when I had the accident.
I thought we were going to go into your Al Bundy story.
Oh no! I didn't score 5 touchdowns in the game. I scored 6. No, I'm just joking. I never scored 6 touchdowns. I played defense. I played defensive back. That was. But I did 1 year back in '95. I was in this flag league up in the Bronx, and I did lead the league in interceptions.
Okay. We started off, and you said that you had thought about doing this show, and this is not normal kind of thing that you normally do, right?
Right.
So,
correct.
Besides my shining personality, and the fact that I'm just the coolest person in the world that you've ever seen.
Next to me, I think I'm cool. I think I'm a little bit cooler.
So
yeah, just a little bit.
The name of
he's definitely smart.
The name of the show gray and grounded, right?
Correct.
What does and I'll go through this again, but what does being grounded mean to you now at this stage in your life?
That's a great question. Okay, that's a great question. I'm going to say this. I'm still working on being grounded. It's always a constant work in process. It's never something that you say, even when you have those aha moments, but you got to put it into fruition. You got to make it happen, And that's where, me personally, I have the issue. I'm somewhat of a procrastinator. So I can know what's right and know what I should be doing. It's just a matter of getting started, And that's my personal issue.
That's usually the hardest thing. Well, actually, no. What's harder, getting started or keeping the momentum?
I think they're both equally hard. They're both equally hard. Getting started and then keeping up with the flow.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like going to
the gym. It's like we're creatures of habit. So we have to create the habit.
Right.
Which means in the beginning, you got to be more diligent. You have to be more, what's the word I'm looking for? Intentional.
Yes.
Intentional.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
That's where a lot of people, not just myself, but other people.
I asked the question. They didn't ask the question. I asked the question.
I know, but I'm talking to the camera.
Well, who's there?
Well, whoever's watching.
You see that commercial? Professor, who are you talking to?
Well, Professor.
You see,
I'm talking to you, but I'm also talking to the audience, and I want them to.
You see, folks, he still hasn't got this whole podcast thing down. He's breaking the fourth wall already. He's looking at the camera. He never look at the camera.
Something?
Magnum? He's the skipper from Gilligan's Island.
You know something? Hey, this is new to me. I don't know. This guy.
I used to love when Skipper used to turn to the camera.
All right. You know something? You know what? Hey, I don't know how this goes. Yeah, but you're right. We are having a conversation. Yeah. But I'm also talking to the audience because I'm letting them know who I am. You're asking the questions, but this is our first introductory podcast. So I'm talking to them too. So that because I'm trying to become one with them. I'm already cool with you. I'm trying to be cool with them.
Accept me, people.
Accept me.
You love me.
With all of my flaws.
You like me. Who was that? Was that
Sally Field?
Sally Field.
Sally Field when she won the Oscar. Like, bitch, please.
Okay, so no.
So all right.
Intentionality. Like
you have to be intentional.
They have to be intentional. Right.
I've struggled with that. I'm all over the place.
Yeah. Like I have struggled with starting. I have always found starting to be the hardest part. But once like I said, like I was saying, like the gym. Starting with the gym is like you get there, right? But then once I pass like that third time going on a regular basis, then it becomes intentional. Then it becomes like a muscle, like, oh, I gotta go. Now I have to go.
Right.
But if something happens between that first and second time or second and third time, like, you know what? I'll go tomorrow.
Right.
Next thing you know, it's 3 months down the road. You're 30 pounds heavier and you got a bear in your hand. You're like, shit.
I fucked up.
So, but it's, I think now, would you say living with intention is
paramount
is paramount. One of the paramount things to being grounded in, like, what we're doing right now, what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Right. Because even at 50, right, we're still, our generation is still over the place. Right.
Yeah.
Some of us are the younger Gen X's will still have kids in the house who are finishing up college.
Right.
The oldest Gen X are retired and are they're empty nesters,
Right.
and they may be traveling, or they may have health issues,
Right.
So we're scattered all over it. But at the same time, I think, like you said, living with intention makes it easier for us to deal with everything that our generation
And
has to deal
staying
with.
focused.
And yeah,
Definitely staying
and
focused.
because some of us still have parents
that are still alive.
that are still alive.
Unfortunately, my parents have crossed over to the other side.
And mine have too. And that you're taking, and then and some of them who are taking care of their parents, who are adding to that kind of stress.
Yeah. Well, I actually dealt with that. I had to take care of my father back when I was in my 20s. And that was a rough time. And that's where I think that's what set everything off to a trajectory of not me being where I think I should be right now. Because it was like the years when I should have been out clubbing and running the streets, doing this and that. I was home taking care of my pops. And when he passed away, I was 32. But by the time I hit 30, he had a stroke and he had to go to a nursing home. And at that point, I couldn't take care of him anymore.
Right.
So,
but then there was a thing of like you have to go visit him. You have to make sure that he knows you're there.
And it just so happens at that time, everything worked out the way it should have. Divine intervention. I just got hired with Transit. I'm a bus operator for New York City Transit, and I just got hired right after he had the stroke. I mean, weeks later, not even a month later. So it kind of worked out because I didn't have that flexibility in that time because he had dementia real bad, and it was trying.
At what age did you come out of the military?
22.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you went in like
I went in at 18.
18. Okay.
Yeah, U.S. Navy.
Oh. Go Navy, beat Army.
Yeah. Well, listen, that's another story.
Oh, well, I can't wait.
Military was not for me.
I can't wait to football
Definitely
season
not.
So we can go into military stories.
No, we ain't gonna go into those. I'm gonna stay silent on those. Yeah, some things we don't gotta let everybody know everything.
Okay, so so you said this at 30, 32, right?
At 32, he passed away. So that's when I started wilding out. I mean, not when I say not really wilding out, doing illegal,
doing the stuff that you couldn't do.
I missed in my 20s. The stuff I did do some things in my 20s. It's not like, listen, not for nothing. My 20s and 30s was some great years. I enjoyed the hell out of myself.
But I can remember, but I know they were great.
I mean, and then there were times. Then I had some great times that I'll never remember.
Periods that I'll never remember.
Yeah, but that's another story.
Those were probably great too. I know.
Yeah, no, those were great too.
They got a lot of those.
Make a long story short, I had that sense of freedom. Like it was like.
Yeah. It's like regretful freedom.
I was regret.
Yeah,
I was regretful that my father was gone.
Right.
But then again, and this might sound a little harsh, but the man that raised me was not the man that passed away. Yeah. He had been gone a long time prior to him actually physically passing away.
Right.
So, it was kind of like in my mind, it was kind of a relief that he was out of his misery. Yeah, it wasn't. I'm not going to say. But he wasn't himself.
Right.
He wasn't himself.
Right. Yeah, that's the same kind of thing I had with my mother. Like I was glad that she was no longer suffering in her body, and
right.
Free to pass on and be with my dad and whatever.
The thing is, though, I wish it would have been a moment where he would have had that type of clarity, where he would have had peace.
Right.
With the final destination, but he wasn't in his right state of mind. And I don't wish that on anybody, except maybe my worst enemy, because if you're my worst enemy, I don't. Let's keep it real. I don't give a fuck. I want you dead anyway. So
Slow death.
Yeah. Slow, painful death.
So all right. So your 30s was you're we're talking about your early 30s, mid 30s, early 30s,
early to
mid-30s?
mid 30s. No, well, all of my 30s pretty much. And then I met my ex-wife.
Okay.
And everything was grits and gravy in the beginning.
Of course, it always is.
But I'm not gonna bash her. She's not a bad woman. We just weren't the right people for each other, and that I'm gonna leave it at that.
When did you realize? And this is it could be a two-pronged question, right?
Okay.
When did you realize you weren't a young man anymore?
Still haven't realized. I still haven't. No. I can answer that. I'm gonna say,
and that could mean a lot of things.
yeah.
Right.
All right. All right. Then now I got to pose the question back to you.
Right.
Do you mean physically or mentally or emotionally?
Yeah. Right. So obviously, physically, we all will know when we're not a young man. Physically, we're not a young man anymore.
Right.
When we pull a muscle when we're sleeping.
Yeah. You go reach for something in the cabin. Like, what the heck?
So
you wake up feeling worse than you did before you went to sleep.
So,
and for you young people that might be watching, I'm gonna tell you something. You can laugh right now, but it's coming. Just keep living. It's gonna happen to you too.
That's just one thing that they don't get. But no. I mean, as far as like the way you think, where you handle things, how you process information.
Okay.
Your emotional stage. Like for this weekend. For my birthday, Tanisha took me. We went upstate, and we went to the outlets, Woodbury Commons. She wanted to buy a pair of shoes. So, and she was buying. She was like, she wanted a pair of shoes that she could wear in the office, right?
Okay.
So she picked up these shoes.
Something comfortable, I'm quite sure.
Yes, I thought they were ugly as hell, right? So, and I was like, I don't like them. She's like, well, I'm here for comfortability, not style. I'm not here to do that.
I understand that.
So, and at that point, and that kind of,
I like to combine both.
Well, see, here's the thing, right? But you want to be comfortable
and stylish
first, and stylish. Like it's like there are times
I'm kind of funny about style.
So I mean, hey, so am I. But I mean, I can't.
I think men have it much easier than women when it comes to that.
Totally. I mean, because we're not wearing heels. I mean, I can't wear heels anymore anyway, so that's different. So
if you wore heels, we wouldn't be doing this fucking podcast. Excuse me, I left something over there.
So anyway, I'll continue the story.
Yeah, continue, please.
So the thing is, though, it's like I got a pair of shoes. Prime example, I got a pair of shoes that I love, but I know I can't wear to work if I'm not going to drive because I can't do all that walking in those shoes.
Got you.
But I love them.
Okay.
Right. And one day I was like, damn, these shoes are going to go nice with this suit. Mm-hmm. And I wore them. Lo and behold, my leg, my knees, my shins were killing me. My feet were killing me when I got home. Yep. So, and I'm like, I ain't never doing that again. No matter what, I ain't never doing that.
Well, here's the good thing for men. We have a lot of nice, stylish shoes now that are not hard bottoms, but that are comfortable. Right. I got a pair of Cole Haans. Shout out to Cole Haans.
Yeah, so I just bought a pair of Cole Haans too. Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Those shoes are actually one of the most comfortable. I mean, they're comfortable. They're definitely more comfortable than Tim's, but they're not
comfortable than Hush Puppies were.
I never see that. That goes to show you, I never bought a pair of Hush Puppies.
You never had a pair of Hush Puppies?
No. I thought they were squares. But you're nerdy. You're nerdy. It's okay. Embrace your nerdiness. Hey, listen, this gentleman sitting next to me is a fucking professor. He's a college professor.
College instructor. Yeah.
Professor.
I'm not a professor. I'm an instructor. Professors are full tenure people. I don't have tenure. I'm an adjunct.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
He's a professor in training. He's a professor in training. The point I'm making here is he's a fucking nerd, but he's my nerd. But he's cool still. Cool as thing. But and so that's why you had hush puppies, because you're a nerd.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I used to rock them hush puppies. Them was some nice hush puppies I used to have. I used to go into remember the name of the store on Jamaica Avenue?
What, Woolworth?
No, Stevens. Wasn't there a store on Jamaica Avenue?
Stevens was the electronic place on Queens Boulevard.
All right, so there was a shoe store on Jamaica Avenue. I think it was near Woodhull.
Woodhull. You mean Union Hall?
No, Woodhull. There's we almost say Gabriel's Church. There was a school there. It's a Jamaica like 198.
Oh, that far off.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And there was like a store there that like everybody went to this store to get their kids' shoes, and that's my mother would take me to the shoes, and they sold hush puppies. This is where I would get my hush puppies.
Gotcha.
And I got my first pair of penny loafers there.
Ah, which I have a pair for you.
Nice.
I have a pair for you. Cole Haan.
Nice.
I ordered a 10.5. I should have ordered a 10.
Okay. Yeah,
I can wear them. I can wear them, but
oh, you're not going to be the slave to the fashion and hurt your feet while you're wearing them?
Well, they're a little big on me.
Oh, okay.
They're a little big on me, and I don't like, I'm still in 80s fight mode, so I need my shoes to fit. Because if something should happen to pop off, because listen, let's keep it real. These young niggas are stupid. Okay? And if they want to try, they can try. It ain't going to work out too well. Now, if I'm getting jumped, that's another story, but it's definitely not going to work out well for one of them. One of them's going to catch the wrath.
I'm no longer a fighter, man. I'm a lover.
I'm no longer a fighter either. I never really was a fighter, even when I was younger. But if you got to, you got to,
So, all right. Well, speaking of that, what's one lesson life had to teach you the hard way?
Okay. And this kind of ties into the last question. You realize as an adult, every single decision you make, good or bad, is going to cost you money. It's going to cost you money. The more bad it is, the more money it costs. That is a lesson I learned. I learned that early, but in the same token, I guess I forgot about it. And then I had to relearn it in my late 30s, early 40s, late 30s. I had to relearn that lesson. Every action has consequences. And that's true. Relationship wise. Yeah, that.
Health wise. Job wise. Not that saying that, I don't know if it's for you, but for me, not that saying that money drives me. It's
money is extremely important. That's another lesson I learned. I'm trying to teach my son that lesson. Shout out to my son, Steve. Little Steve, he hates to hear that though, but fuck it. He ain't never gonna watch this podcast.
Money never drove me.
You know something? I get that, but you also realize how important
it is. Important.
He thinks money is not important, but he's struggling and living a hard life because of the lack of money.
Yeah, I mean, I think money makes it easier for you to do what makes you happy and what you want to do.
And why would you not want to make money to make yourself happy?
Right. But at the same, I mean, again, that's a double-edged sword, right? I mean, you could chase all the money and then not be happy. So it's the thing: would you rather be a billionaire and be miserable, or be broke and be happy?
I'd rather be broke and happy.
So
well, maybe not broke,
right? But
but you know what I'm saying,
right.
I'm very comfortable with the middle class. I'm cool with the middle class.
Yeah, I've always had the mindset of if you're doing what you love you're doing, that will help you find a way to sustain your life and keep doing what you're doing. I mean, if you're doing that, then you're making enough money to continue doing that.
Let me tell a story real quick.
Mm-hmm.
There was there's many people at my job who hate the job and miserable. And the first thing out my mouth when they mention that, it's like, well, then fucking quit.
Right.
If you don't like it, then quit. Do something else. But you're here for a reason. You're here for that paycheck. And the paycheck is not bad, y'all. It's not bad. I'm not going to disclose what I make, but you can Google the shit and see what we
we're all we're both city employers. And,
So to make a long story short, though, if you're really not happy with what you're doing, then fucking move on.
Mm-hmm.
But in the same token, I kind of like what I do. I drive for a living, but I was always a driver for a living. Before this, I was a truck driver.
What you drove some trucks,
I drove truck for 9 years. Well, no. All right. 8 years. 8 years. Mm-hmm. From the time I was 22, because my father was a truck driver.
Oh, okay.
So he taught me how to drive a stick when I was 11. The minute I was tall enough to touch the pedals. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, the first time I ever drove a car was right here at the corner of this block, right here where I live on.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
It was a stick?
It was a stick, and I drove down to Farmers. Yeah, make a long... All right, but I digress. Let me go further. By the time I was 13, he taught me how to drive his truck. Mm-hmm. And I've been hooked ever since. So when I came home from the service, the first thing I jumped into was driving truck. Matter of fact, I started working with my father at the same company my father worked for.
Okay.
And we both drove truck for the same company for a little while, and driving has always been second. Like the minute I can get my license, mm-hmm. At 16, I got my license immediately. Like, driving has always been my thing. So driving the job itself is second nature to me.
Right.
So it's not a hard job.
Right.
You know what the hard part is, bro?
People.
No, getting the fuck up in the morning and getting there. That's the hard part. Especially at this age. I'm 28 years in on the job. No, 27 and a half. Let me make it specific. 27 and a half years in on the job. And I'm getting close to the point where but I don't want to walk out the door yet. Not yet. Until my numbers are right. Because I've seen so many people talk about being prepared.
Right. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that I've seen that weren't prepared for retirement.
Yeah.
And they retired because they could.
Yeah.
And then have to get another job to make ends meet.
Right.
Why would I start all over again when I'm already at the top of seniority at my job?
Just because you can retire doesn't mean you should retire. Right. Because I can retire next year, but I'm not going to.
As a matter of fact, so can I, Brian.
Yeah.
I can retire next year.
Yeah.
But should I?
Yeah,
no. Because if I stay until this is 2026, if I stay until 2030, mm-hmm. my pension will go from here to here.
Yeah.
It makes no sense for me to leave. And I'm at the top of seniority. I'm picked out of over 500 drivers at my job. I'm number 13.
Yeah, so why would I leave?
Why would I
leave that? Yeah.
Why would I leave? Yeah. I'm doing.
Yeah. Sometimes
it's asinine to even think.
See, and there's your thinking, right? That's your thinking,
forward thinking,
right. Yeah. So because that's kind of that. I'm gonna cut my nose off to spite my face. Like, oh, I can retire now. I'm gonna retire. Okay, so then now what you gonna do? Because you can't collect Social Security yet.
Well,
right?
No, not true. Not true. I can go out on SSD, Social Security Disability.
Right. No. But I'm just saying, like.
But I don't want to do
right.
that.
But I mean, like
not yet.
If you couldn't do that, we can't collect Social Security, right? At what age do we collect Social Security?
62 is the youngest age that you could collect.
So,
which I'm going to do.
Right. So, if you have the ability and you can still do it, work until you can.
Well, actually, I'm working up to that point.
Right. But I'm also a firm believer of getting to enjoy your retirement. Like I don't want to.
But I don't think 62 years old is too old to enjoy retirement.
Oh no, not at all.
As a matter of fact, like if things go according to my plan, with the lady I'm with now, who's a little younger than me,
mm-hmm.
when I turn 62, she will be 54. She'll be 54. So I still got a young, in the way I look at it, a young thing, but not too young to where because she's still Gen X. Now, she is the Gen X that you mentioned. She's at the tail end of Gen X who still has a teenager.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The younger. Well, I mean,
her teenagers will be 19 next month, something like that.
Right.
And he's in college. But the point I'm making here is, she'll still be young enough to do things and have fun. I'm definitely going to be young enough to still do things and have fun.
Right.
Because even though I'm 58 now, I don't think I'm an old 50.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's like if you have the ability to do your job to the fullest, but you also have the ability to live life and you're healthy enough, continue working until you can fully retire and you're ready to retire, so that when you retire, you can fully enjoy your retirement. That you can travel,
right?
You can pick up and go when you want to go.
I don't want to work. I don't want to work again. And look, hold on. I'm not going to say I'm against working again,
mm-hmm.
but it will be something
that
I want to do. It'll be a project that I might want to pick up.
Exactly.
Maybe I'm working at the youth center, guiding children.
Yeah.
On the right path.
Like I got a cousin.
So it's not about the money.
Right. It's about just your time and doing what you want to do.
Right.
I got a cousin who retired. He's a retired teacher, taught for like 30 years. He worked transit too. He had a couple of years in transit. He went from transit to education.
Right.
And he retired. He ran track in high school. And he coaches the track team.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But he works harder now than he did when he was teaching math.
But it's a labor of love. It's different. It's a labor of love.
For him it is, but not for us who he's the one who goes with me to the concert, to the jazz concert.
Okay.
His wife, who also ran track with him, hates the fact that he's never home on the weekends because he's always at meets and stuff like that.
Well, you know something? Maybe she should get down with it. You know?
I know. I'm always like, so how come you just don't coach? She's like, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm done. I'm done with the coaching stuff. I'm done with the running stuff. So, because I wanted to do that. I wanted to coach football, but I was like, I'm not doing that.
I thought about that.
Yeah,
I thought about that. Matter of fact, I've even had old teammates from high school and from when I played for the Springfield Rifles. Shout out to the Springfield Rifles. Okay. Man. I've had people come to me and say, come, help me coach.
Right.
And I thought about it. And then I rethought it and said to myself, number one, I wouldn't be able to do it properly because I'm still working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Number one. Number two, I really don't have patience for children. I don't. I mean, hey,
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a factor, but I mean, the main factor why I didn't
if I had grandchildren, that's different, because
I just don't have the time commitment. Like I don't want that. I don't want to have that pressure that I have to be at a certain place, every weekend, because my weekends are like,
that would be the same as if you got a job.
Yeah, but that's why I wouldn't do like when I retire. I'm going to be doing what I'm doing now. Like I'm going to be working with doing my company, do what I want to do. Like, I don't want
Right.
to, and I want my own time zone. So, um, but so I wanted our listeners to hear the true camaraderie that we have, and
Oh,
it's
without a
not,
doubt.
it's not a Hollywood produced show. It's not, two people who were placed together.
Trust me, that when they look at this, they're going to realize it's not a Hollywood produced
Yeah.
anything. Cheers, brother.
It's a Bollywood.
No, this is not even on that level. Bollywood ain't that bad.
Actually, no, you're right.
Bollywood is not that bad, bro.
But so all right. So now I will turn to the camera.
There you go.
Now I will say to the camera, I will say, this is the show. This is the podcast. This is the new Gray and Grounded. Steve and Brian here. We're going to be focusing on topics that matter to men over 50, but really that what matter will be family, finance, health, and life. And I hope that you continue to join us through this journey that we have. And what Steve hit it right on the nail. We are still learning.
It's a never-ending learning process. Period.
When I thought of the name of the show, Gray and Grounded, I was like, and you hear this, like, you're grounded now. You've done this, you've done that, and now, and and with my life, what's going on now with the health issue that I have, and even with the family issues that I'm dealing with, I just lost my mother last March, and I'm dealing with all the stuff that was never done and left thing. I found that I really wasn't grounded
as you thought you were.
That I thought I was.
We all have those that aha epiphany moment.
But like you had said something like that you have to do these things. It's just starting to do them, and life has a
cruel
way of testing your mettle, testing your lessons, And I spent the first year with Gray and Grounded talking about stoicism and how you react to certain things and how you look at certain things. And I went through a period where I was literally trying to put every lesson I learned with stoicism to what I was going through. And it really helped. But at the same time, I knew that it still wasn't enough. Right. So it tested you, it tested me, So I know that, again, like you said, we're still learning. We're still growing. So I hope that this show, what we do and what we talk about, helps those, either answer some questions, put things in perspective, or
question yourself,
or question the things that you're doing, or maybe I could do things better, or I didn't think of things this way. I was talking to our brother Clay this morning. He gave me a call.
Oh, okay.
And how we always say, we always shout out and we always pray for those brothers who are suffering in silence.
Right. What's going on with him? Is he all right?
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. But we were just talking about that. We were saying, that
and he's a young brother too. He's only 33.
Yeah. We're talking about how some guys, and we're of this generation where we don't talk about, we don't mention those things. We don't talk about mental health. We didn't grow up in mental health.
No, because back then that was taboo.
That was taboo.
That was a taboo subject.
Taking mental health days. Men didn't do that. We sucked it up and you went on. You rested when you died. What the fuck you talking about? We need mental health.
That part.
Stop being a bitch.
That's such. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things from the old school I think that do need to come back. But then there are certain things from the old school. Let's toss that shit out the window because that was stinking thinking.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was the wrong way to look at. Like my parents, they grew up in an era. Everything was a fucking secret.
Oh my God.
To the point where they didn't.
My God.
And I don't think I was adequately prepared, not repaired. You know what? That's the liquor talk. I wasn't adequately prepared for what adulthood really was.
Oh, preach. Facts.
I
Oh
did
my
not.
gosh.
And
Yo.
here's the problem. One of these days, all right, I'm gonna give you an actual fact what happened. When my mother died, I was 22.
Mm-hmm.
And my father didn't want me to have anything to do with the process of burying my mother. And I let it rock at the time, but because we buried her down in Louisiana, where she was from.
Okay.
When the time came, when we got back to New York and the time came for us to talk about certain things, he didn't want to talk. And I was like, yo, stop it right there, Dad. Listen, do you realize one day I'm going to have to put you in the ground? Why would you not let me be a part of that? So I could be somewhat prepared or knowledgeable.
Know what I have to do.
Know what I have to do. You know, you left me totally out of the loop. And mind you, I was only 22 at the time, but
you're still old enough.
I was an adult.
Right.
I was old enough to die for my country. Matter of fact, I just came home from serving. So how dare you leave me out of the loop? And when I said it to him, I didn't say it to him with malice, saying, "Yo, that's fucked up."
Right.
And that, like, no, I was like, "Dad, that was so." And you know what? He thought about it, and the very next day he came to me. He said, "Yo, Steve, you were right. I apologize. I should have never left you out of the loop." And because it made sense,
right?
You know, but that was, and he couldn't help himself. That was just the way he was raised.
Yep.
It was the way he was raised in the era he came from.
Yep.
You know, and there's certain things that need to be left, and then there's certain things that need to be carried over. You dig? Like, I'm going to say one thing that's not carried over right now, and I'm talking to the audience, and especially you young parents, if any of you are, man, beat your fucking kids.
That's what I'm
Beat your kids before the cops get to them and fucking kill them.
And ain't nothing there.
And I'm not. This is not a joke. This is not funny.
Nope.
It's not a laughing matter.
Discipline.
It's about discipline.
They need discipline.
And it's yes. But the discipline comes at first at home. Don't try to be your friends. Don't try to be your kids' friends too damn soon.
Nope.
You know, they can become your friend once they moved out the house and
they've got their family of their own, and then they're old enough now to know what the
now
we can now we can be friends. But you ain't my friend at 16. You're not my friend at 17.
Just because you're smoking a little weed and getting a little ass.
No.
That doesn't mean you my friend. You're not my friend. We're not on the same level.
I'm not your friend. I'm your father. I'm not your friend. I'm your mother. You know what I'm saying? You do.
Period.
Yeah, that's it.
Period. But, you know, that's the thing. I think that this generation now coming up, they don't have respect for adults.
No.
Like, I remember, I wouldn't even curse in front of an adult.
Oh, my gosh. No, never.
Wouldn't even curse in front of an adult.
Never.
Now, these kids, they get on my bus all the time.
Oh,
fuck this, fuck that, suck this,
then
suck
they
that.
cursing
Are
you
you kidding?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Yeah. I told this one kid just the other day, I was like, yo, man, move in. Why? Because I told you to. Yo, you didn't even pay to get on the damn bus, and you're gonna sit here and give me lip like you got some kind of right?
Yeah.
I digress.
That's yeah. That'll be.
I have a big issue with respect, and that's what I think is lost. And that's why I say to the parents, beat your kids. No, not if they don't deserve it. Now, if they don't deserve it,
no. But again, it's about discipline.
Don't abuse them.
No, we're not abusing
them. But spank them.
Yeah, you gotta discipline them. Like it's our parents did it to us. Like, okay, we're here, so what the?
And I think I turned out pretty decent.
Yeah, where did it end? Where all of a sudden that you didn't put your hands on your kids? Now you got fucked up. I know my mother was fucking me up.
Yo, do you remember having to go outside and get your own damn switch?
Yeah. And then if you came back with some bullshit one, you get beat harder.
No. Now she got to go out and get the switch. And she getting the biggest one.
Yep.
See, I wouldn't come in with the biggest one, but I would come in with one that's a little less than the biggest one. And that was it. You know?
But so I this is our inaugural episode, Steve. And you know what?
Cheers.
I want to hold up. Let me pour this out here again for me because.
Well, I mean, if you're going to go ahead and do that, hold on. Here we go.
So get something here to toast.
There you go.
Just a toast. We could,
there you go.
You know,
I'll put some ice in it.
Yeah. So here's cheers to our first episode. And again,
thank you for coming along for the ride with us.
Yep.
And please continue this journey with us because it's a journey. You know, this is the first step in the journey. You know.
He said it's a journey, so it's a journey. So, but again,
I could have said marathon.
I was going to say it's not a sprint; it's a marathon.
Right.
And as always, hit the like button, share, follow, comment. Listen to us where you get your podcast. We'll be up again. We're up on Apple. We're up on Spotify. We have our YouTube channel. For those of you who are watching this on YouTube and Spotify, thanks for joining us. For those of you who are listening to us, you can turn to YouTube and listen to us and see us sometimes. We won't be video all the time, but we'll have some clips. We'll
be video all the time.
I don't see. He still doesn't understand the idea of what a podcast is.
I do understand. And I also see what I see from others. And yeah, I want to take it that route. I want to go further with this.
As he talks to the camera, as he continues to break the fourth wall. But okay.
So what? I'm breaking the fourth wall because I'm not talking to him no more. He's not listening. I'm talking to you now. Matter of fact, put in the comments that you want to see more video content with us. How about that?
You know how much
continue, my brother.
You know how much hard work that is?
How hard was this? Really?
See, yeah.
Really?
So wait, hold on, wait. Let me do the skipper.
Listen, Gilligan.
See what happens. You know what happens is you've got to. So let me just. So let's walk him through the steps of how podcasts and how recording and how things go.
Are you going to edit this part out?
Oh no, no. See, once this glorious thing of shooting an episode happens, Brian has to go back now and edit it. So I've got to go listen to the whole.
There's really nothing in this one that we have to edit.
I've got to listen to the whole thing over, and then I've got to edit things. I got to see where the camera are. Are there any stutters? I got to look at the sound. Where the if I have to change any positions of the cameras.
You're the tech guy.
Oh, we're gonna have video all the time. Look at that. Okay.
Well, I was just saying for the listeners.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Now I'm a woman. I don't know where he's trying to go with this, but I don't think I like it. This might be the last. This might be the first and last one. Because I don't get down with that. I mean, hey, no offense to anybody.
Well, shout out to my daughter. Her middle name is Grace. Samantha Grace.
Oh, all right.
I used to say goodnight, Gracie. She's like, goodnight, Daddy.
So, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I did get it from Burns and
of course.
But
most of the listeners have no idea what.
I bet you even the listeners our age would be like Burns and Allen. They have to go back and Google that.
Right.
So anyway, hey, cheers to everybody.
George Burns and Gracie Allen.
Yes. Cheers to everybody. Thanks. Like, share, and follow. Peace out. Until we meet again.